tip on how to add metadata to images you want to share. Uh, and that's done through the print module. First of all, start off, and this is using Lightroom. First of all, we'll start off in the library module and pick any picture I want to share. Let's say I want to picture this picture of trees. I'll take this picture, click on it, and go to the print module. Now that I'm in the print module, you'll see I've already set this up. So I've got the name of the picture here, make of the camera, the model of the camera, and exposure settings and ISO. So how did I do that? Let's first go through the first thing you do is go down to the bottom left and go to page setup. On page setup, you can change from portrait to landscape mode. If I wanted this thing to be portrait or landscape, that's up to you. It also depends on the picture you're sharing. So this one's a landscape picture, so I'll leave it a landscape, 100% scale, and leave it at that. So I've got the initial setup. Go now to the right-hand side. I will pick single image contact sheet. Okay. Zoom to fill. I don't have to have zoom to fill. If I unclick zoom to fill, watch the picture. Okay. Zoom to fill sometimes works with pictures, sometimes doesn't. This one I'll have zoom to fill. A stroke border. There's a slight black border I have around this particular picture. You don't have to have that. That's without the border. That's with the border. And that's making the border thicker and thinner. And I can obviously change the color of the border to black or white or whatever I like. There's no point in having it black. I mean, I have black. You can at least see against the black background here. So we'll leave it as white or black, I mean. And I will make the stroke pretty thin. And you don't have to have a stroke border at all. You can leave it without a stroke border. That's fine. And we go through ruler limits, units or inches. Just leave them alone. Margins, I minimize the margins. If I increase the margins, you'll see what happens. Left margin, so I make the picture as big as possible on here. Page grid, rows. Oh, if I can put more than one picture on here, so if I want to have 2 pictures per row or 2 pictures per, so I can start putting more pictures on the page if I wanted to. There's no point in doing that if I'm sharing, doing the club share that we do typically. So that's how that works. Cell size, height. I can change the height and width of the cell. I maximize those. Show guides. There's these little guides around the page here, which I could use to grab and move to where I want. These that's show guides. If I click those off, they won't show. Now they're not going to show up when I share the image, when I actually print it. I'll be printing it to file, not printing it to a printer. So I can have show guides on or off. Okay, it depends on whether you like them. I'll leave them off for now. Page background color, leave it at white. You can change that if you want, but I'd leave it at white. Watermarking, whether you like watermarking or not, I have none on here. But let's say I want to have a watermark, I could do that. You can edit your watermarks down here and create your own watermarks. So I can put my watermark on the picture if I wanted to. I don't particularly like watermarking, so I'll take that off. Click watermarking off. And photo information. This is a photo information down below. This is where you start to add that in photo information in the right-hand column. If I click that off, you'll notice photo information goes away. So how did I get to this point here? First of all, I go to custom settings, edit custom settings, and I'll delete up above here in this box here. I'll delete everything off just so we can start here from scratch. Hit done. You can see there's nothing there. Okay, so let's go back to the photo options and let's see, photo information, custom settings, and we're going to put. You can pick some things here, but go to custom settings and edit. Now I'll start adding in what I want to put in here. What I'm going to do is put a file name in there. So that'd be custom text. I'll insert custom text, and you notice as I click insert here, they'll show up above here. So I click insert custom text. I'm going to then put some sort of separating. I'll put a colon in here, or I could put a space in there, or a dash or whatever. put a colon space, and then I'm going to put, I go to XF data here, and I'm going to pick up make of camera. Then I'm going to put a dash in there. I will make, I can go to the same spot here, make model, model of camera, insert it, so make and model. I can now go, let's just see what I've done so far. Clicked. So it's mystery trees. Mystery trees, the custom text comes from right down below custom settings. There's a little box with custom text here. I can put anything I want in there. It'll show up over here. So mystery trees, Canon PowerShot L180. That's what I shot it with. Okay. It's an infrared picture, so I could put in custom trees. I could put I could just put another thing in here. I could put infrared IR. Okay, now I've got that changed. So I've added infrared, mystery infrared trees, Canon ELF. Now let's say I want to have more information. I want to put exposure on there. Go back to my custom settings, edit. Now I'll go to the model number, and I'll put exposure information on here. So I'm going to go to model, exposure, and dash. Let's put ISO ratings. Let's see how. Let's put ISO in here. So now if I go look at what I've done, I've got mystery trees, ELF, and then of course the exposure runs into the camera here. I should have put a dash there, but I can do something else. I can actually put this on a separate line, the exposure information on a separate line. So why don't we do that? Go back to edit here. Right after the model number, the ELF 180 model number. I'm going to say I should have been a dash there, didn't. I can put my cursor back in there. My cursor is there. I can either put a dash in there, or let me do something different. I'll hold down the Option key or the Alt key on a PC and hit the return. You see it put a carriage return in there. Now it's in a separate line. Now if I hit return, I've got those two things on separate lines. So the camera and model numbers in the first line, and the exposure information is on the second line. And there you go. I've got this set up. Now next time I come in here with any picture, it'll be already set up. I don't have to reset this thing up. So now what do I do? Since I have this information set on the picture and I want to share it, I'll go down to print the picture. So print to. I could print this to a printer or a JPEG file. I'm going to print it to a JPEG file. Okay. Print sharpening low. I could do whatever I like there. Leave it there, and I'll print the file. Okay. It's going to ask me where I want to put this file. I'll put it on my desktop. I'll print it on. I'll call this thing Share One Desktop. Save it. Now I've been able to save the picture. I will minimize the Lightroom, go to my desktop, and there's the picture. If I bring it up to share, there's the picture with the information on it. So that's essentially how you do it. It's no more than that.